afternoon, students. So we are going to start again with our previous lesson. We have started with lesson number 6, tissues. Under that we have studied plant tissues. Various types of plant tissues we already have studied. So let us recapitulate it in a quick way and again begin with a new point. So plant tissues are of mainly two types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues, as I have told you, these are dividing tissues. These are present in the tips of roots and shoots. These are present in the growing points of the plants, like in between the internodes and the nodes. That means from where the branches arise on the main stem. In that positions that are called as internodes and nodes. Then the meristematic tissues are when they get matured, they get converted into permanent tissues. Okay, these are dividing tissues, these are non-dividing tissues, permanent tissues. So meristematic tissues are of three types: apical or apical, intercalary and lateral. Apical is present in the tips of roots and shoots. Intercalary is present in the nodes and internodes of the stems and leaves. Then lateral is present for increasing the girth of the plant. The diameter of the plant is increased with the help of lateral meristematic tissues, which are also called as cambium. So lateral meristem is also called as cambium, that we have studied. Okay, then we have started with the permanent tissues. As I have told you, the meristematic tissues get converted into permanent tissues, and permanent tissues again are of two types: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. So under simple permanent tissues, three different types are there: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, these three types are of simple permanent tissues. Why they are simple? Because they are made up of all similar type of cells that we have studied. Okay, all the cells which comprise these simple permanent tissues are made up of all same type. There is no difference in between the cells. All are of same type. So they are simple permanent tissues. A thin layer of these tissues are present. The cells are present in very thin layers. So they are simple. Very simple functions they perform. So they are simple. Each one of them we have studied in detail. Right? I have given you the diagram also to draw of parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is just a packaging tissue. It stores the food. Collenchyma provides flexibility and bending to the plants, and sclerenchyma is a tough tissue which provides strength to the plant. Okay, so this is how we have studied all of them, all the simple permanent tissues. So today we are going to start with complex permanent tissues. There are two different complex permanent tissues which you might have heard before. In your 7th standard, you might have studied this, that you might have heard the names of these tissues. They are xylem and phloem. Okay, you might have heard about them. They are xylem and phloem. These two are the complex permanent tissues. What are they? Xylem and phloem. So we are going to study them in detail now. So we will see the xylem first. Now xylem is made up of 4 different types of cells. What are that 4 different types? As I have told you, these are complex. So all the cells are of different types. Unlike the simple permanent tissues, all the cells in complex permanent tissues are of different types. They are not similar. All 4 cells. Xylem is made up of 4 are of different types. Okay, their structure is different, their function is different, but they comprise one single tissue, and that is nothing but xylem. Okay, so let us study more about xylem. I have told you that xylem is made up of 4 different cells, and these 4 different cells are called as elements. These are elements of xylem. Okay, so the first element of xylem is nothing but tracheids. They are called as tracheids. Then second are the vessels. Then third is xylem parenchyma. And fourth is xylem fibers. Okay, these are the 4 elements of xylem. So elements means cells here. These are the 4 different types of cells which bound together for the formation of a single tissue called as xylem. Okay, so these bound together, that's why they are called as vascular bundles. Xylem and phloem, as they are binding together, these different cells binding together for the same function, they are called as vascular bundles. They are bundled together and they are vessels. So they are vascular bundles. They actually perform the same function like that of the blood vessels which are present in human body. As the blood vessels carry the material from one organ to other organ, same way xylem and phloem carry the substances from one part of the plant to the other part. That's why they are called as vascular bundles. Okay, so 4 elements are there in xylem: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So first we will see tracheids. See, all these are vertically made elongated tube-like structures. Okay, most of them are elongated tube-like structures which are porous in nature. So if you will see tracheids, the structure of tracheids is somewhat like this. It is porous. So tracheids are the elongated tube-like structures responsible for conduction of water vertically in the plant. So the main function of tissue xylem is to conduct the water and minerals from the roots to the various parts of the plants. Right? We know this. So here tracheids are the elements which are present in this tissue xylem, which actually conduct the water vertically. The water and minerals are conducted from root to the leaves or the stems or the petals or the flowers to each and every part of the plant. Vertically the water is conducted with the help of tracheids. That is the function of tracheids, that it conducts the water vertically. It is elongated tube-like structure, perforated, having holes in between, and one more very important characteristic of tracheid is it is dead cell. So tracheids are non-living cells. They are just there for the purpose of movement of water through them. That's it. Okay. So in most of the complex permanent tissues, cells are dead. Only few cells are live cells. Otherwise, most of the cells are dead cells. So one of the dead cell in xylem is tracheid. Okay. Then the second one is vessels. Why these are called as vessels? Because they look like a long vessel. Okay. In Marathi we call it as ganj. Okay, a long vessel in which we prepare buttermilk. How it looks, the same way these vessels look alike. Okay, they are also having a similar structure like this. So they are also, and these cells are placed end to end in a row. So cells present in this are totally placed end to end. Okay, so this is how the vessels look like. These are also responsible for the purpose of conduction of water and minerals. That is the function of vessels as well. Then the next one is xylem parenchyma. The xylem parenchyma is just elongated structure. We have drawn parenchyma. I hope you might have remembered it, that this is how the parenchyma look alike. This is the only live cell in xylem which conduct the water in all the parts, not just vertically but horizontally also. In the horizontal portions like branches, in the branches also the water is conducted with the help of xylem parenchyma. It is also responsible for storage of food. Okay, so this is xylem parenchyma, and the last one is xylem fibers. These are string-like structures which actually bound together these three different cells. They are there, they are present for binding purpose. Fibers, the name itself suggests us that they bind all the remaining cells together and form one single tissue. That is the main function of xylem fibers. Xylem fibers are dead, elongated structures, fiber-like structures present in the tissue xylem. So this is how xylem is actually present in the plants. In your textbook they have given the detailed structure of xylem which you are going to see, and in my next video, the virtual video, I am going to show you the structure of xylem in detail. So today we are going to stop here, and in our next session we are going to learn about the next complex permanent tissue, phloem. So I think you have understood the first complex permanent tissue, that is nothing but xylem.